What's up? What's up? What to do? What to do? But baby. How is everybody tonight, man? Happy Friday. Happy Jake Paul Mike Tyson night. He said, "Hey, oof, I got scared. Hey, we sneaking up on you like that, bro. Solely switch. Watch out. We'll come up on you. Well, I gotta get this dog out the way, man." Oh, so what's up, everybody? We got Luke in the chat. What's up? What's up? How's your Friday going? Bigger Mac. That's Andrew, Caitlin. What's going on with you guys, man? You guys watching old Jakey Jake and Mikey Mike tonight? I'm mad. I just got timed out in the channel. I'm not even going to front to you, dog. I don't know what that means. I just got timed out in the channel. Yes, we are. That's what I'm talking about. We might actually stream it.
The first time I ever saw a Mike Tyson fight was the first time I met Andrew.
Yeah, that exhibition between him and Roy Jones. You did fall
I
asleep.
fell asleep on the couch.
That's funny.
I was tired.
That is really funny.
I didn't even see the fight.
Yeah, that was a big deal for me because one, I'd never been able to see a Mike Tyson fight before. It's just before my time. I'm 27, so in his prime, I wasn't even really alive yet. And then Roy Jones Jr. is one of my favorite fighters. He's just a fantastic counter striker, very unorthodox, keeps his hands down. Love Roy. So basically got 10 minutes where I can't talk in a Twitch chat from that person.
Oh.
And for a dumb reason, too. You know what? I bet it is a dumb reason. I don't even have to know it, but I'm on your side. I'm on your... Fight Twitch. Watch out, Twitch. You lucky this dog holding me back. So, yeah, but it was a great fight. That was a great night. You're exactly right. I saw Caitlin said something, but I overlooked you.
It's her first time seeing him fight.
Seeing Mike fight, yeah. Wow. Have you ever seen any of the recordings from him back in the 80s? Or really even in the early 90s, man? He was just fierce, tenacious, aggressive. What a fantastic fighter, man. Fantastic. Said just some clips. Yeah, I hear you, man. There's some good clips out there, bro. Some good clips. Mike versus Buster Douglas is a great fight. Honestly, they're all great. They're all great. The man had a fantastic record for a long time. Really long time. He just started, timing out as he got a little bit older is all. But we're going to try and stream it. We're just waiting on Forrest and Tessa. They got to put the kiddos to bed, and they'll be coming on to Twitch. Right now, they're doing a little bit of research to see if we're allowed to do it. We don't want to get in any trouble. We're going to end up like Luke, but we're going to have 10 years where we can't get back on the stream because we violating terms of service or copyrights or something like that. So they're researching. Said when we were fighting as kids, I was trying to fight like Mike. Hit that with peekaboo. Oh, I missed what Mr. Luke says up here. He said I was suggesting someone should use some codes for extra advantages in the game, and one of his mods got mad because she hates codes. Then said I was acting like a Ahab. And people aren't worth it. That's why I'm watching y'all. Cause y'all. Thank you, Luke. You know what, man? You're worth it, bro. You just remember that. You're worth it. You're a great guy. What game was that? Using codes. I used to play this Mega Man game on mobile where codes was a big deal. Why does the mod get to do that? Some of these mods... Never mind. We're just starting the stream. I'm not going to start preaching, man. I'm not going to get into it. Probably can't stream it, but you can watch it and react. Yeah, that might be what we're going to have to do. Is maybe like pause it and talk about it or something. We'll see. Forrest and Tessa will be on that. This upcoming week is going to be a weird one for Solely Switch. So we got a couple of people here hanging out with us now. So just wanted to let you guys know. So our baby, Connor Rain, is going to be giving birth sometime soon. Not too sure when. Any day.
It was due Monday.
Yeah, she was due on the 11th.
Yeah, so like 5 days overdue.
Bet is that it's going to be November 17th. That's what I'm expecting to happen.
If you were to take bets, I think he's wrong.
Ooh, let's do this. Let's take a bet.
You can take bets.
Let's take a bet. What are you betting? What are you putting on the line? What do you want to bet?
The 19th.
You think it's the 19th?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think I'm going to have to go to my next midwife appointment. I'm going to have to drive myself all the way out an hour, and then the next day.
Luke says the 21st. Caitlin says you better start walking, girl. Says on the Roblox platform. What can you expect from unstable people playing it? Andrew says the 23rd. Wow, you guys are taking it a long ways.
It's possible.
Wow, wow, wow.
It
Okay.
could go that long.
I mean, I guess it technically
My
could.
mom went 42 weeks in a day with one of us.
Yeah, she sure
and
did.
Then 42 weeks in 2 days.
It's
with
possible.
The other.
It's possible. But we'll see what happens.
I hope not.
I would like for it to be the 17th, and it's for a really selfish reason.
He wants the whole week off work.
The whole week. If I can get that baby to come in on a Monday, I ain't got to go back to work until next Monday. So don't wish that on her. Hey, you're right. We do got to keep the 23s going. Andrew's on, May 23rd? And then, what is Zach, your brother? Your brother's on the 23rd as well. I can't remember, though. But that's so funny. Well, see, Connor's on March 24th. So she was real close.
You guys all.
Oh, Zach
remember
is
that.
March. Okay, that's really, really cool. Well, let's go ahead and get into some games. That I was born on a Thursday at 3 p.m. So what does that say about me? That's good timing, bro. That's the hospital's probably not super busy because it's not late at night. It's not super early
Well, then
in the morning.
you get Friday off and the whole next week.
I would take that.
You would take
I would take that. Yeah, Thursday's not. My only issue about Thursday is that that's the night I teach.
I'll wait.
And I just picked up 4 new students.
8 p.m.
Actually, I hate to count my chickens before they hatch, but things are looking really, really nice over on our side of the fence, man. So we ended up hitting 50 followers on Twitch Tuesday. So by the end of this week, when the cycle finishes out, we will have hit Twitch affiliate status, which is really exciting. And for those of you that may not know, I'm a martial arts instructor. I've been teaching for about 10 years. And I just picked up a couple extra students over the week. So it's he said if you're looking for a 5th student, hey, come on, Luke. Where you at, bro? Are you at East Coast? Are you in America? No, you're Uruguay, aren't you? Is where you're from? So we can do a little Zoom meeting or something. You know what I mean? Because you want to hold your fist like this. What we're going to be playing tonight while we wait on Forrest and Tessa to get here is this game. I'm actually kind of scared to stream. I'm not even going to front to you. I didn't realize that it's an M-rated game until I put it into the categories. And it's, he said, I'm in America, just a little south. Oh, for real? Oh, man, we had somebody in here the other day that was from Uruguay and another person from Chile. I got you mistaken. That's my fault, man. I'm sorry.
Mixed 'em up.
Just a little south from America.
Oh.
I'm a little south of an average IQ, so that's hilarious.
United States is
Yeah.
how you phrase it.
Yeah, said a little South America.
The
That's
Canadians
hilarious.
are also American.
That's hilarious. So we have applied to be a part of this group called Safe Streamers, right? And they are predominantly like a Christian organization where they bring Christian content creators. Not all of them are Christian. Some of them are just like for children. And so we've applied to do it, and on the application, I said we don't play any M-rated games. They're cool if you do, but on the application, I said that we don't. And I didn't realize that this game was M-rated until I put it into the Twitch category for tonight's stream. And so I'm sitting here like, yikes, man. This is,
we're doing a Christian game.
It is a Christian game, but it's about a martyr. We'll move it over.
It'll be fine.
We'll delete the stream after. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah. Genius.
To hide the evidence.
We've got some big thinkers.
We do have some big
tonight.
thinkers. All right, I don't know what's going on here. We've got... Let's do this. Let's go hover over campaign and press campaign. We'll see what happens. The glorious holy martyr, the namesake, a gift of God or gift divine. How's the volume, guys? Can you hear the game and us okay?
It's super loud for me.
It is incredibly loud for me. I'm turning that down. He crushed the head of a serpent. That doesn't look like a serpent, bro. That looks like a dragon by his feet. Said it's loud. It's a little loud. Got you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Let's take it down. Let me know how that is. Alright. I guess we're supposed to press the A button. He lived during the reign of the Roman emperors Augustine, Diocletian, that's a scary time to be alive, and Maxim had been adopted by Diocletian and his colleague. Both later abdicated, boy, this is some big words, in favor respectively of Constantius and Maximin. So my Roman history is muy piquito, not very good with it. But Constantius and I and Galerius saw new senior partners of Roman world. Each was provided with the support of a junior colleague in the west, Maximus Dinus in the east. Alright, we're doing a history lesson tonight. It's fine now? Awesome. That's great news. Alright, the tetrarchic system of government was maintained, though Galerius had been largely responsible for installing the new Caesars. We're going to react to some Christian Reddits real soon. I just wanted to understand what the story is here.
Oh, I'm looking.
I thought you already had some.
Just,
look at the beard on that guy.
somebody.
The sons of Maximus and Constantius, however, were coming of age. Though they were passed over in new appointments, yet they would also come into power soon. Son of Maximus Constant. Oh, see, that's a name I know. Constantine. Everybody knows that name. Is that an accurate? Theodore flourished in the time of Diocletian. Maximian and Maximus Dia. He hailed from the village. He's from Cappadocia. Okay, so. Golly, boy, with the HRT, TRT steroids. Look at the dude on the left. Wide body, big body, billboard looking body. Emperor Diocletian was desirous to promote the Roman gods such as Jove and Hercules. Is that who that is? Is Hercules? Yeah, we should achieve the affiliate soon. The consequences for the Christians, who were a large minority group in military service and imperial administrations, were life-threatening. Big facts. In 297 or 298, Diocletian issued an order requiring all... Yeah, this is what got us in big trouble back then. I say us, but I wasn't there. Those who refused were made to resign. This policy was enforced for 6 years. In February of 303, an edict was issued calling for the destruction of Christian churches and their sacred scriptures throughout the empire. Punishment and torture of leading Christians ensued, and it wasn't too long after this before the Council of Nicaea. Further edicts that same year ordered the arrest and imprisonment of Christian clergy. Release can only be secured if sacrifice were offered to the deities. Fun fact though, a lot of the Roman guards were easily bribed back then. So Christians would be coming in there and, you know, the proverbial Dunkin' Donut, and they'd let, you know, the cops would let them slide in. The final edict commanded all Christians, both clergy and laity, to offer sacrifice on pain of death. These measures were enforced in varying degrees throughout the empire. The western provinces were little affected. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and assume I don't remember when the schism of Rome happened. So there's a time where Rome splits, and you have eastern side of Rome and western side of Rome. The eastern side is going to be your Byzantium Empire, and then your western side is more of your, obviously your Germanic areas and all that stuff, where like the Catholic Church ends up coming out of. In the east are the Holy Roman Empire way down the road. Diocletian and Galerius presided over persecution. Alright. See, he says, I have that body, just need to buy one of those silicones. So many things haven't changed. Cops and guards are so easy to bribe nowadays. That's, in so many cases, they certainly are. Therefore, it was decreed that any Christian who denied Christ and believed in the idols would become the recipient of great honors and emperors. Isn't that crazy? So it's like, you die if you believe in Jesus and don't, what's the word? Denounce. If you don't denounce. But if you do denounce, it's not like you just go back to a normal life. We give you riches and treasures and all that. It's, If any Christian refused to sacrifice to the idols and remain true to the Christian faith, such a one would be put to death by means of hideous chastisements and tortures. Yeah, that gave me goosebumps. That's right. They were slain by the pagans. That's right. This is way after Nero, right? And somebody can Google me. I'm pretty sure Nero was like in the 90s. AD 90, AD 100. Others, however, renounced Christ alas. Out of fear of tortures, they offered sacrifice to the idols. Yeah, I'm sure they did. Those who would not forsake Christ, but could not withstand martyrdom, fled to the mountains and hid in caves. Yeah. I imagine I would do something similar. So they feigned outwardly to be idolaters. Oh, you pretended to be an idolater. From among these crypto-Christians would come forth the great martyr Theodore, the Terran or recruit. First fight now, 2 more till Mike. Thank you. At first, he was a hidden Christian not out of any terror regarding martyrdom, but because he believed that it was not yet from God for him to undergo martyrdom. For that reason, he thought it prudent to prove whether or not he had understood God's will. A member of the Tehran cohort, that is, the recruits, an elite outfit commissioned to the east on a mission of defense. Oh, so he was like an actual Roman soldier. "40 miles, it was a great forest." Oh, that looks like gameplay footage there. "Amid the trees, there was concealed the lair of a huge and frightening serpent. Resulting fatalities caused no one to dare pass through that place. Abandon their properties. But here come Theodore, wished to resolve his uncertainty as to whether it was God pleasing for him to enter." Wow. "In order to make trial of whether or not he should deliver up himself, he mounted his horse and rode into the forest." Yo, he's a gangster, bro. Okay, so am I gonna fight a giant snake? Shout out Studio Ignatius, man. I'm glad you guys did this. The martyrs don't get enough attention in your modern day Christian life. Oh, it's very similar art style to
Cute.
Look at my beard. Look at my cape. Sounds like maybe the voices were reused assets. I like that I can just die right there. Alright, here we go. Picking up items. I got a lost coin. He toiled to discover where the beast was lurking. He dismounted and began walking about and searching for a long time. He did not locate the creature. After considerable time without finding any tracks or trace of the reptile, he became tired and wished to rest. That's where you make a mistake. He went off to the side, sat down, and fell asleep. Who is this? Evsevia was passing close by. She caught sight of the soldier and was filled with concern. The man's life could be in danger. Well, what are you doing here? These people were fleeing their properties because of killer snakes on the loose. Why are you here? Since she was a compassionate soul, she made bold to ride over to him. She awakened him, "Young man, if that will keep thy life, flee this place, because there dwells in those seemingly delightful woods a large and terrible monster. No one dares to pass through, even with much haste. How then do you dare to enter in and take your ease?" "And who are you?" She said, "I'm a Christian. I own property left to me by my parents in this area, but out of fear of this serpent, I have left my patrimony, because I have witnessed many fall victim to the..." Yeah, see, it is a dragon, I knew it. "For this reason, I beseech thee not to tarry any longer in the spot, lest you should become food for the dragon." And to take heart and said, "O woman, today you shall be delivered from that monster. My Lord Jesus Christ desires to abolish the serpent's power and free you all from his trials and temptations. And since you had the kindness to wake me up at no small peril to your life, I pray that God returns you to this inheritance." After the saint uttered these heartening words, he made the sign of the cross and mounted his steed. Okay, fine. Yeah, the art is pretty interesting, isn't it? I like it. Now, this is the first of many games, and I spoke to the developer at Ignatius Studios. It's this guy and a couple of his brothers. They're really nice people, man. And I asked him, I said, "Look, I want to get into your Martyr games, because we just finished your 8th Millennium." And I said, what's the order? Because there's a lot of these games that have very similar titles. He said that this one was first. He said, and it's very much like, I don't want to say a prototype, but it's an idea that had not really come to full flourishment yet. So I doubt this is going to be a long gameplay, but there's many more sequels to this, and I've seen some trailers to the other ones, so they look really good. They do. So this one is just kind of in the works, and you can tell that the art style is very, very similar even in the text bubbles and all that stuff. Alright, I've left my home not far from here for fear of the dragon. I hope God delivers us. I want to swing a sword, man. I got a sword in this thing. What do these do? Can I get up there? Get me up there. A cave? Aha! Secret staircase. You guys remember Avatar? Secret tunnel. We got a wooden cross. Ah, no. That's one thing I do like about their games, is that they pretty much let you climb and jump on anything. And I like that. Come on. Get up there, Theodore. If you cannot climb a little wall, how are we supposed to slay a dragon? Come on. I must be missing a skill or something, because I'm having a hard time getting up there. Let's try this. 1. Yes? Yes! Okay. A combuskini. I have no idea what that is. I quote that all the time to Caitlin. She has no idea about Avatar. So Caitlin, tonight's the first night you're going to watch a Mike Tyson fight, and tonight is the first night you're going to watch Avatar of Last Airbender. Fantastic show. Great show. Not long after Theodore was martyred, Constantine the Great became emperor of the Roman Empire. Oh, I'm literally talking to the narrator right now. After the passing of St. Constantine, his son Julian the Apostate became emperor and ruled in Constantinople. Julian, wanting to defile the Christians, commanded that all the food in the marketplace be sprinkled with the blood of Julian did this during the first week of Great Lent. Saint Theodore appeared to the bishop and, hey, when the first week of Lent goes by, is that technically the Feast of Unleavened Bread? Is that the same week? Saint Theodore appeared to the bishop of Constantinople.
It starts right after Passover, I think.
It's right around that time.
Like, they have Easter and then Lent, right?
Wheat berries and eat it with honey.
I don't know. I'm not Catholic.
This is called Kolyava and is offered for reposed Orthodox during memorial services. The first Saturday of the Great Lent in the church. Very cool. A wooden cross. Now that is going to be something to keep in mind if you guys do decide to support the Ignatius Studios. Is, from what I understand, the creators of this game are Orthodox Christians. So I'm sure that he would be very frustrated if you heard me say this, but they're similar to Catholics. There's just no Pope and all that stuff. Kind of reminds me of the Lego Star Wars game. Oh, it kind of does. Good eye, Tuck. It does kind of remind me of the Lego Star Wars games. We did so many, like, such a long cutscene, such a long introduction. I'm more or less just wandering right now because I don't want to. Yo, I just noticed the map at the bottom left. This is a pretty large game. And you're just allowed to wander freely? So many reused assets for sound effects, but that's fine with me. That doesn't bother me at all. They do the same thing with Zelda, so what do I care? What is this? Lost coin. So I love a big map. Yeah, me too, man. We're gonna see just how far it actually goes. I just like that I can just roam. I mean, seems like just one big sand. Oh! What was that little puddle? That was a little puddle. Theodore. If you cannot handle a little puddle, how are we supposed to slay a dragon?
Yeah.
It's kind of rude that they even put that there. That's hilarious. Wooden cross. Alright, a little bit of like a collect-a-thon going on here. I'm cool with that. It's pretty. I like the music too. Alright, this looks like another scene. Yeah, here we go. See. And can I have a sip of your drink, man? I'm burning up in here, bro. I'm about to walk out this room and take this jacket off, put on another shirt.
I got your shirt.
Oh, we're about to fight the snake. Golly, what kind of snake is that? He then observed the creature emerging from its concealed den. It was horrible to behold. It is horrible. Fire breathing. Flames from its eyes, it hissed and let out a mighty and piercing shrill. This Greek song kind of dope. Quickly made the sign of the honorable cross. He then, armed with a spear, rushed against the dragon. He thrust the spear into the dragon's head. The dragon, from the pain it was experiencing, hissed loudly and spun around its barbed tail. He finally expired from its fatal wound. One shot, one kill. What's up? He rejoiced that he had overcome his opponent, understood by what had taken place that it was God's will that he should enter the list and contest for Christ by martyrdom. He was now confirmed in his soul that he had conquered the physical dragon. He would be empowered from then on, from on high to slay the noetic beast, the devil. Interesting. He said that's a normal Australian snake. Metropolitan John, I don't know. Thou hast laid a good foundation through thy victory, O glorious martyr. With courage surpassing nature, thou hast overthrown the beast of destruction that bred fire and murder. Thus the holy Theodore freed that area from the terror of the dragon. Theodore then returned to the camp in his cohort. So, is this more of like a visual novel? I'm not sure. Okay, so we did just get notified that we are not allowed to stream that fight. So, big shocker. Yeah, big shocker. What is all this? Oh, look how strong I am. Found a button. Okay, so we're still doing some puzzle solving. Excellent. I gotta crush every barrel in here.
You have to.
That throw feature actually feels pretty nice. The throw feels heavy, but when the barrel lands, it doesn't feel very heavy. These guys do a good job, man. What in the world was that? What is this? Hey. Alright, I'm not sure if I can wall jump yet. And honestly, I've got no idea what's going on right now. You aren't allowed to stream it, but nothing about narrating it. That's a solid point. We can watch it. Throw that card off the bridge. What's going on? Oh, I see what's happening. We dropped this little drawbridge right here. That's gonna open that door, right? What is this? Oh, okay. Restart? Okay, great. Alright. Here we go. Remember that comment I said about less than average IQ? Let's see what we can't do here. That didn't work. Restart. Okie dokie.
You can only push. Can you push that one in and then push that one up?
I can probably... I can't.
You can't push it more than once?
I can't push anything down.
Can you push that more? And then go up the stairs?
Sure can. Sorry guys, in Zelda games, when you push a block, that's what you've done. You've pushed that block and there is no more pushing for you.
You get one push.
Hey, Connor.
Hey.
Dude, I might need you to take over, bro. I'm so hot. I gotta walk out of here and go. Look at this ginormous key. I gotta take this jacket off. I'm hot. Put a
Take
key.
your jacket off.
Okay, I see some bad guys, but I have no form of combat,
I
bro.
don't know how to fight them. You can't leave me like this.
I don't know how to fight. Oh,
Oh no! Oh no!
I should have just gone through the door unlocked.
No!
I should. This is so silly. I don't know where I'm going.
Vincent, there's a shirt right there.
Yeah, I don't want to like do all that on camera though.
No.
These people may have just eaten dinner. I would like for them to keep it down.
I don't know the controls.
It's the exact same thing as 8th Millennium. Basically the same game. You jump with X, you dodge roll with R1, and you interact with things with A. Let me get you back to where we were. And we should be good to go.
What am I supposed to
I'm
do?
currently eating, but I've seen worse. Challenge accepted. Okay. Giant spider?
That's a big spider.
Really big spider. Can I just get him to fall? Fall down there. Fall down there. Yeah. Okay, so we're probably not supposed to be able to combat just yet. I would like to have this giant... Ooh, look at this skeleton! I would like to have the spear that I stabbed the snake with. That'd be an excellent thing to acquire. Did you find a cool Christian Reddit to react to?
I mean, I have some in my saved.
So, we've started doing this little segment on our streams called Am I the Ahab? Which is a nice... What's up?
Sometimes, but sometimes we read from other subreddits.
That's true. But anyway, we hear people ask questions about, like, their marriage or relationships or whatever. And then we all talk about it as a group here in our chat. Alright. Dude, I'm 100% lost. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like I went the right direction. I didn't get any special item, did I? Get the raid out. Did we get raided? It has to be based in Australia. Damn spiders. Get the raid. Oh, the raid. The bug spray. I was like, really? I totally missed the raid. That's hilarious.
You need to go take your jacket off.
Yeah, I'll be right back. You just want to dodge roll and see what's going on in here, man?
Just dodge roll and see.
This seems to be the end. Now, we may not even need to be in this room. You see this golden icon on our map?
Yeah.
That's our next place we're supposed to be.
And we're very far away from it.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know anything about this martyr. I've never even heard of this martyr. If I have, I read about him in Eusebius, and he's just one of hundreds that you could have read about. And so what I'm walking through, what you're walking through right now, there could be so many like subtle messages that are shout outs, the little nugget thingies that are on the ground that look kind of like gold, the bones. There could be so much reference to his story that I'm just unaware of, and I'm just not appreciating it because I don't know his story like that. So maybe I need to...
Where am I supposed to go?
Maybe I need to get some knowledge on this guy. You just leave.
Okay.
Yeah, you just keep going the direction you're going. Alright, I'll be right back.
Hurry up. Ah. Hey. I don't know. Oh, I see where I am. I'm the little arrow. What's up here? Why can't I get to the plant? How do I leave? I need to go this way. Oh. We made it. It is kind of hot in here. So, I think Bronson went into that cave for absolutely no reason. But I wasn't paying attention, so. Yeah. I think I'm supposed to go this way. I want to go in here.
You go wherever you want.
I can't. It's gated. It is hot.
It's ridiculously hot, is it not? It's almost like somebody turned the heat on.
Listen. It was time.
Fellas.
It's November.
Fellas. Caitlin, you're going to disagree with me, but fellas.
It was time.
Turn the heat on and wants to talk about it. It is hot. Does the map hint anything?
Like where to go? Yeah.
It does, yeah. There's like a little yellow icon. Dude,
Have you been here?
So much better. No, I haven't been here. I just started this game. I don't know nothing about it. Oh, okay. Yep. Crush every barrel.
Cool.
You may be moving ahead of the story, dude. I would love to pick up on some of the subtle hints that are in the set design or in the level design, but I don't know anything about this guy. Or how accurate this architecture is, or... He's in Cappadocia. If I'm not mistaken, Cappadocia is in between. Hey, Fuzzy Pickle's in the house.
Hey,
Who touched the thermos? He said, wow, now I'm hot.
Hey.
That's hilarious.
Are you gonna...
Am I gonna what?
Take over?
Yes.
I don't know what I'm doing.
As a man should. Give me that thing. I said, give me that. That's so funny, man.
You're off.
All right, we're just gonna chase the spawn point. All right, I don't have a map in front of me, but I think Cappadocia is in between like Rome and Jerusalem. Like, you know how where's the camera? You know how like if this is Jerusalem and Rome is over here, the Mediterranean Sea. Connor, get out of the way. The Mediterranean Sea has that cool little crescent feature. I'm pretty sure Cappadocia's in between the two.
Look, I have to take my sweater off.
Yeah, go take your sweater off, man. All right, we need to go north from here.
And then I'll let you pick a story.
Oh, it's fighting time. Let's
But
see.
you're gonna fight.
I don't know if I'm gonna fight. This
You
might
don't
just be a
have
visual
a
novel.
sword.
I've got no idea what we're
Got no
playing.
weapons.
I got no weapon, no nothing. I can't even wall jump.
Just dog.
The soldiers in the command of region were expected to make the mandatory offering. Uh-oh. You imagine every time they go to make a sacrifice to the idols, Theodore's like, oh, guys, I've got to go to the restroom for a little while.
Hey, it's
Can't make it.
68 and it is 68, so you're just being dramatic.
It's not the number on the thermostat that matters. It's what happened to it. You know what I'm trying to say?
No.
It could say 55, but if it was blowing heat out of there, it's still going to be a hot 55.
You have a fan.
All right,
It's
woman.
photon.
Woman, I'm playing this game. He spent time with his comrades in arms until the time came when the soldiers and their command of region... Alright, here we go. While the other soldiers formed queues and fulfilled the requirement, he stayed behind in his tent. He's like, oh, my stomach. Sorry, guys, I can't make the sacrifice today. It became known that he was a Christian. Uh-oh. He assembled the army before all. He addressed Theodore and said, Theodore, why hast thou not offered sacrifice with all of us? Perhaps thou art a Christian? Ooh. Can't deny it. You're not allowed to deny it. He declared, I am Christian, sir. What? What is it? And I have been from the start. I fooled all you stupid pagans. Moreover, it is in Christ whom I believed, and to him only that I wish to offer a sacrifice. Good for you, man. Good for you. You fought a dragon, dog. What are these Roman soldiers finna do to you? Thou hast the first honor, so come and sacrifice to the idols. Do not appear this day to bring dishonor upon thy distinguished record and thy cohort and comrades. Dishonor? You see my armor is golden, y'all's is silver, that means I'm a league above you. But rather render the compulsory sacrifice as all the other soldiers, and do not become an apostate of the imperial decrees. If the emperor were to learn of this, thou wouldst incur significant injury and loss. Yeah, what's the verse from Paul? To me to live is Christ and to die is gain. The holy Theodore answered, I have told thee clearly, I am a Christian and do not deny that fact. And again I tell you, I am a Christian and pay homage to Christ. I am his soldier, and to him I am ready to sacrifice. Look more muted, and for some reason they gave you asterisks. I don't know what you said. More muted and something. It is about to go down. About to box the Romans. When it said, many of the soldiers are Christians, and yet they made the mandatory offerings to the gods, which enabled them to keep their position and rank. But is that a Christian, though? Now, Virgin made this charge, not that he knew that some of the soldiers were Christians, but that he might put Theodore to the test and determine if there actually were other Christians in the ranks. Theodore perceived that his commanding officer was attempting to draw him out and extract information. Each man knows whose soldier he is. As for myself, I only know and confess that I am a soldier of the heavenly King, my Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of God. It is for Jesus and his kingdom that I soldier and fight. Yeah, again, I don't know much about Eastern Orthodox, okay? I know a little bit. Then Theodore's squad leader, Poseidon, who was in charge of 10 men, wishing to make a jest of Theodore, spoke to him in an ironical tone. Theodore, thy God has a son, is that not correct? Yea, the prophet David said, by the logos of the Lord were the heavens established, and all the might of them with the spirit of his mouth. Logos means words or speech, if I'm not mistaken, in Greek. Voice, maybe something like that. To this quote, Virgin asks, are we able, O Theodore, to behold the Son of thy God whom thou speakest? If thou wilt leave behind thy deception and become a Christian, then thou shalt understand who is the Son of God whom I proclaim. And if we were to consider thy Son of God, what shall we enjoy? For that matter, if we did not come to know him, what evil shall we suffer? The good which you could attain is abundant. If thou would leave the deception and come to the truth, if thou would leave the darkness and come to the light, if you would leave the army of a mortal king and become the soldier of a heavenly king, even as I, let us give him 1 day of leave that he might consider what is best and to his advantage. He began to search out other Christians. My Christian brothers and fellow soldiers of the heavenly King Christ, cease fearing the punishments and the tortures that are temporal, because only in your mind does the fear exist. When you have dared and engaged in one or two martyric contest, then the rest shall seem delightful and joyous. I'm really excited to play the next couple of games. The Ignatius told me that these would be, this first one was a little slow, is what he said. Be on your guard, my brethren, that you not renounce Christ, who is prepared to vouchsafe you in his kingdom. If you were to sacrifice to the idols, what would be the gain? Absolutely nothing, dog. It is unavoidable that one day you will die, but you should die as idolaters. Woe unto you. Stand aright and strong, my brothers. So what happens next? Let's see. When they talk about idols and things, do they mean the old Roman gods? I don't know a whole lot about Roman history. Yeah, that's who they're talking about, man.
At this point in time.
But some of the stuff had changed by this point because, like, you are already in. I think this story takes place in the 3rd century, so in between 200 to 300 AD. It's kind of slow, but it's interesting nonetheless. I think so. And again, I mean, I know I say this all the time, but I'm more than happy to spend my money and to spend my time supporting a Christian developer. If we want really, really good Christian games, this is what it takes to do it, is to support these people, support the studio, support the creators, put the money in their hands so that they don't have to spend 40 hours a week working at a McDonald's or whatever, so that they can spend their time making the games that we want.
If they just get pregnant, they can quit their jobs.
Is that how that works?
After 40 weeks.
All right, you got us a Reddit?
Well, I was going to ask you, do you want Am I the Ahab? Do you want something from relationship advice to give your hot Christian take?
Ooh.
Or
What are we thinking, guys? What do you guys want to do?
I have 2 from Our Christianity that are questions.
Do you guys want questions for Christians and advice, or do we want to do an Am I the Ahab? Which is synonymous for Am I the Butthole? Oh, no, I got stuck. There we go.
You can't break
Sorry, we have to watch our language on here too as well, if we want to be accepted by safe streamers.
You can't break all the barrels?
Come on, Theodore, climb that tent. Atta boy,
Wow,
atta boy, atta
you made
boy.
it up.
Let's see. I want drama. That's the Ahab. Let's get into it. Let's do an Ahab.
Okay, I'll let you pick one, Bronson.
Okay. All right, my turn to pick, huh?
You get to always pick.
What a treat.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do with this?
So... you can pick between these two first. Am I the Ahab for telling my parents to pick between me and my sister for the holidays? Or... where's the other one?
She said, am I the Ahab for telling my parents to pick between me and my sister for the holidays?
Mm-hmm. Or am I the Ahab for telling the parents of a crying baby in church to take their child outside?
I'm going to go ahead on the second one and say you're probably the Ahab. So let's just do the first one. That's hilarious. All right. He said he wants drama, so this is family drama. Let's see what we got going on there.
I read this one, but it was last week, and I don't remember.
All right. Let us know what it says. What we got going on.
I, 28 male, am currently pretty much estranged from my family. I have a younger sister, 27 female, Tori. When one of my friends, Brendan, 28 male, started dating Tori, I hated it at first, as brothers do, you know, but eventually I gained a best friend. They got married in 2018, and I was the best man. Brendan is now like my brother. We are that close.
Wow. That's rare.
In 2020, Tori left Brendan for another guy. Reality TV type of stuff. My parents were incredibly upset, as was I. My sister moved in with the guy immediately. My parents knew I was mad, but had to support their daughter. I went to North Carolina with Tori.
Represent North Carolina!
Not North Carolina. I'm stupid because I'm not used to reading these. I went no contact. That's what that means.
It said NC.
I went no contact with Tori and low contact with my parents.
Oh wow, he was even cutting his parents out.
Well, supporting
All right.
You know what.
All right.
In 2020, when Tori's second wedding happened, I did not go. Me and my dad had it out over it. My mother tried playing peacekeeper for the family. My parents then started giving me the silent treatment. When 2020 holiday season came around, it was the height of COVID. My parents said that I should just do my own thing this year, because with me going out a lot, they didn't want me spreading diseases. My exact response was, if you're worried about catching diseases from other people, shouldn't you be more worried about Tori? I mean,
Ooh.
She's the one who likes to sleep around.
Ooh.
Yikes. Me and my dad had another fight, especially due to his family over everything mantra. I hardly spoke to my family in 2021. My parents would send me texts like, when you're ready to apologize, we'll be here type of stuff.
Yikes.
I responded with a Bible verse about adultery and how they support it. I was berated again, and we hardly spoke until October of 2021. Last year, I was told we were doing Thanksgiving at Tori's place, and if I wanted to come, I needed to apologize to Tori and her husband. I laughed and ended up going to Brendan's family's.
Well, there you go.
Where Brendan's mom posted me with her family on Facebook and tagged me with a quote about family being those you choose. I never told her to post it.
Yeah, she shouldn't have done that.
But my mom saw it and went crazy, asking for me to come over and talk, and even commented on the post. So this year, my plan is to go to Brendan's family's again. My mom called and said she wanted to host this year, and asked if Tori and her husband would be there. She said, of course, they're family. I said, so was Brendan. But I saw how you treated him and me, so no thank you. Yesterday, my dad called and said my mom is distraught and has been for years.
Golly, bro, he's writing a whole book. Just tell us the problem.
She wants us to all get along, so I need to do the right thing. I said I'll come to if my sister isn't invited. He said he wouldn't do that to family. I said he did that to me for 2 years. He claimed I did it to myself. My mom is now saying it was my dad that has been... I'm trying to edit the bad words, but sometimes it's hard. He's been the one that's been really hard about it this whole time. I said she should have divorced him then because I'm not putting up with this stuff anymore. Either my sister isn't invited or I don't come. I've now had some extended family reach out and say my parents are upset and hurt. I said my parents were totally okay with me not being around for 2 years. Am I the Ahab?
Oh my gosh. He said, I haven't been 100% locked in since we were watching the fights, but I think they are the Ahab. That's hilarious. What are your thoughts, Connor, before I ramble on forever?
We're here for your hot take.
Bro, here's my hot take. You went too far, dog. Okay? Yeah, your sister got with a dude that you didn't like, and then you started to like the guy.
Well, no, they were friends first. So he was friends.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
And then he was like...
But then they end up becoming
best
friends.
Sister, and then he wasn't happy, but then they were like, okay, well, let's be besties. We're brothers now.
Yeah. Alright. Your sister did what people do, bro. They make mistakes. They make bad choices. They get married to people they shouldn't get married to. They divorce. It happens to everybody, bro. Not everybody, but it happens. And you have every right to be upset with your sister. And you can be frustrated with your parents for supporting your sister in something that you thought was wrong. But, bro, it's been 2 or 3 years, and you wrote that. That was the longest, I swear. You didn't have that information, didn't have to be there. You could have just said, look, I'm frustrated with them and them and them, and just let it go, bro. But you did the most, man. And you almost got on my nerves. Like, you're the Ahab just for writing that long Reddit post. You know what I mean? Like, half of that I didn't need to know, bro. And then she put a Facebook post, and so my dad and I got in an argument. It's like, bro, God, every single little detail. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't feel this way on another day, but today this is how I feel.
Let's say you had a sister. I know you do, but like, let's just say you had a sister that gets with your best friend and they get married.
Sure.
And then she cheats on him and divorces him and goes and marries some guy she just met and moves in with him right away. Are you like...
cutting her off forever and creating a bunch of drama anytime there's a Thanksgiving? Maybe for like a little while, but like eventually, bro, get over it. You know what I mean? I think so. I mean, you gotta be an adult, dude. This is your sister. I'm not saying family first. Alright, this is why I just restarted the game, so I keep getting stuck. What I'm saying is you don't have to, be her best friend, but for the sake of your mama and your daddy, bro, just go to the Thanksgiving dinner and just let it be. And, hang out for a little bit, make your parents happy. She's going to have kids. One day you're going to have kids probably. They're going to have to hang out with each other. All that drama and tension is going to be felt. And maybe it doesn't matter to you as much. And maybe your dad's hardcore tenet of family comes first doesn't matter as much to you. Maybe you really feel like this is the right thing to do.
I think his comment about his sister spreading diseases was unnecessary.
No, that was funny.
That was funny, but
that was funny.
Definitely unnecessary.
And then that's what's weird is like, okay, dude, you make it sound like as if she's an open season. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be really family friendly here, but you make it sound like as if she's, you know what I'm saying? I've only heard about 2 people here. And we don't know her side of the story, and that is not me enabling or justifying what she's doing.
I think this...
It just sounds bratty. You both sound bratty.
I think OP likes having the drama.
Yeah, you're right.
I think he's enjoying the drama.
I think you're right. What is this?
That was fun. Oh, it's a slide.
But for what?
I don't know. Secret
What's the historical...
tunnel.
Secret tunnel. What's
What do you
this?
think the overall vote was?
All right, let's see what's going on
There's
here.
Ahab, not the Ahab, everyone sucks here, or no Ahab's here.
Read those options again.
Basically, you can have no Ahabs at all. Yes, the OP is the Ahab. No, they're not the Ahab, or everyone sucks here.
If I have to pick, I'm siding with Andrew on this one. I think the OP is the Ahab.
The
Personally.
overall vote that the people of Reddit gave was everyone sucks.
Yeah, everyone does suck. Okay. Yeah. But the one person who I'm not super mad at.
Brendan, he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, exactly. He was just a friend who got married and then got dealt.
cheated
Yeah,
on.
got dealt wrong. So yeah, I agree. Yeah, changing my answer. You all suck.
Everyone
Yeah.
sucks.
The mom sent out all these texts about we're ready for your apology whenever you want to. Yeah, that gets on my nerves. The other lady putting stuff on Facebook about family is who you choose. Like, I didn't ask you to do that, bro. Dad getting in an argument. Yeah, you all suck. I agree with that.
Yeah, they suck.
Haven't been 100% locked in. So he said they should definitely have standards, but that's family. You can't cut out family for something like that. I agree. He said, hey man, you better cut her off.
I mean, there's some stuff family could do that I would cut them off for.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. There is some things a family could do to, but at the same point, like
This isn't like on par with
when
murder.
you're
though.
running, well, that's what I'm putting it at. Like, yeah, if I came home and you were dead, like my little brother was there with a knife, I'd be like, I'm cutting you off, bro. I'm not talking to you ever again. Yeah, that's most certainly a thing.
Why, Carson?
I don't know. It could be literally anyone could kill you, and I'd be like, well, I'm never talking to you again.
So-
You are cut off.
Oh, why did it have to be me? You couldn't have picked one of the dogs.
It still stands. It's the same scenario. I'm not talking to you anymore.
If I found out somebody killed a dog, like for no reason, I wouldn't talk to them anymore.
I would hope not. Yeah, that, I'm not gonna lie, that I admire the Ahab kind of sucked. I didn't like that one at all. That wasn't fun for me.
Okay.
I got frustrated the more
Did
you
you?
yeah, because the more you read, I was
You're
like,
irritated?
I know, I'm not irritated. It's just the more you read, I was like, is it still going? Is he still got
He's
more
talking a lot.
more bullet
When I
points,
first
bro?
read it, I didn't pay attention to who was who. I didn't realize this was a old dude talking.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you said
It's
it.
an old dude.
You know what I'm thinking. It's like, God, you have a mouth like
He should just go marry Brendan. He loves Brendan so much.
oh God. All right, you want to read another one?
Okay. Would I be the Ahab if I sent a Bible verse to my church's group chat?
Would I be the Ahab if I sent a Bible verse to my church's group chat?
Yeah.
Oh God. All right, read it out.
This is much shorter. Recently, my church has started a new initiative wherein they encourage members to do one good deed a week. Absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. However, they're also encouraging members to take photos, post online, and tell people of their good deeds. This, in my mind, goes directly against what the Bible says. The specific verse I'm thinking of is Matthew 6, verse 1. Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. That's the NIV version.
Yeah.
Which I take to mean do good deeds, but not so you can show off about them, because it's good to do good things, treat people well, take care of them, etc., but then don't showcase how amazing you are for doing them.
Agreed.
So would I be the Ahab if I sent that particular verse to the same church group chat where people are showing off their church-sanctioned one good deed a week? So they're sending these to the chat.
Yeah, let it go, bro. Let it go. I agree with you 100%. 100%. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. This is how frustrated I get when I see people go on social media or whatever, and they talk about like all these great things that are happening in their life, and put this, I don't know what that is, but they're doing something. They're coding it with this like God has been so good to me type of thing. So they get like this double the, what's the word I'm looking for? Double the spotlight in some way. Like, one, not only is all these great things happen to me, but two, it's not even me that's doing it. It's just like God is just like blessing me. It's like I just can't get enough blessings. God is so great to me, and I'm just so happy about these blessings I'm getting. And it's like, bro, you're just getting online to brag, but you didn't want to be called like a bragger, and so now you're using God as this weird little avenue to do what you got to do. I don't know. That's my personal opinion, and I agree with the original poster. Like, it is annoying, but they're in a group chat. It's Christians in a group chat. You know what that's going to go like. You know how that's going to be. That is not me saying anything mean about Christians, but you know what that group chat's going to look like. And if you go in there with that verse and you don't present this in the most humble, kind way you possibly can, they're going to burn you at the stake. Because you're coming in and you're pouring cold water on a bunch of warm hearts.
It seems petty.
It seems petty. I don't know. Your turn to talk.
I think whoever is the one encouraging posting this and sharing it, maybe tell them that it bothers you. But
That's that, yeah.
this is 4 years ago too, this post. They were voted not the Ahab. Because I don't think anybody likes that stuff. How do you feel about those videos like on TikTok or, well, you're a YouTube guy, the YouTube shorts where they're like giving homeless people stuff? Or
that frustrates me. I don't like that at all. No, it really bothers me. I don't like that at all. The Bible says to let your left hand give without even your right hand knowing it. You're just supposed to give because it's a cool thing to give, not because it's cool to get views on YouTube.
Says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Bronson. Okay.
Okay. To catch you up on what you've missed, our martyr here burnt down a Greek temple.
Good for him.
But he's not the Ahab.
Oh.
No.
I didn't think so.
Hey, you guys told him to give sacrifice to the idols. He literally sacrificed your idols. Such means his vile opinion would be converted. Nah, they're about to torture this dude, bro. Most impious soldier, is this the kind of honor which thou dost bestow upon the great gods, instead of offering sacrifice? Goddess Rhea, thou did go and consume it with flames. What kind of daring motivated thee, O most polluted one, that thou shouldst commit a crime and recklessly defy the imperial decrees? Governor Publius, I confess that I am the one who burned the altar of Rhea.
What was his name?
Publius. I committed this deed because I wished to experiment and see whether or not the goddess had any life. But I observed that the wood was deaf and insensible. The idols are merely the works of hands of men. They have mouths to speak, they have eyes, but they do not see. They have ears and they do not hear, nor is there any breath in their mouth. They have feet and walk not. What sort of deities therefore are these that are dumb and speechless? In truth, they are but pieces of wood. Preach. The governor, no longer able to stand such forthright words, ordered his men to give Theodore a mighty thrashing. When they finished administering the punishment, I know, a mighty thrashing. Publius addressed Theodore, though I spoke to you sweetly, you have behaved arrogantly. But if I were to try thee with tortures and many types of chastisements, though I do not wish to exercise such measures, then you would submit to the imperial commands. Isn't it crazy the stuff we had to go through in history just to, like, leave people alone? You know what I mean? Like, who cares if he worships God, bro? Just leave him alone. The saint remarked, as thou wilt not accept my words in like manner, any threats are of no consequence to me and hold no terror for me. Oh, Andrew commented on our last Am I the Ahab? He says, I agree with this OP on principle, but it sounds like they're assuming the worst from this church group. Yeah, I agree. That will not accept my words and you had something to say to that? No, sounded like you were going to talk. Your intimidations are those which might only frighten small children. In my case, I have the strength of my Christ working in me, which to me is joy and gladness. The punishments which thou wouldest menace me do not even enter into my mind, because the power of thy Christ shall make them light and easy to bear. Theodore, I tell thee, sacrifice to the gods and be released from torments. Excuse me. Whatever wilt thou do unto me, I for my part am not renouncing Christ. Attaboy, stick to your guns. Stick to your cross. When the governor heard this response, he gnashed his teeth as a lion would. Oh, he got big. His wrath waxed hot, and he roared at one of his servants, crying out, away with this blackguard who deems us to be non-existent. Bind him in the prison, secure the doors with my seal. He is not to be given bread or water. He will perish miserably.
I have a question from our Christianity.
Hit me with it. What's the question?
Jesus forgave his killers, but how the heck can I forgive my ex?
Oh, I don't know, sweetheart. One day at a time.
Last Sunday I was sitting in church when my ex walked in with my former best friend. The same two people who had an affair behind my back for 6 months while I was planning our wedding.
Ooh, yikes.
As the pastor started preaching about forgiveness and quoted Jesus saying, Father, forgive them, I felt my stomach turn. Here I am, a lifelong Christian, struggling with the most basic command. Forgive others as God forgave you. It's been a year and I still can't do it. I've tried prayer, therapy, even wrote them forgiveness letters that I never sent.
Oh.
But every time I think I'm making progress, the anger comes rushing back. The Bible makes it sound so simple. Forgive and you'll be forgiven. But how? How do you genuinely forgive someone who showed zero remorse and is now happily living the life they built on your pain? I'm not talking about that surface level, I forgive you, while secretly hoping they step on Legos every morning. I mean real, genuine, Jesus-level forgiveness.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on this? How do you balance emotional healing with spiritual obligations? Looking for honest perspectives from both religious and non-religious folks.
Okay, I was being a jerk and I apologize. You are a sweet person and you have a good sense of humor.
You put this right in front of my face.
My bad, let me move that.
You're so mean. Stop drinking my water. I'm keeping track.
I'm so sorry.
You need to be more prepared for streams.
Alright, bro. I have my take on this.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
I'm not the person to ask about this. I'm not a forgiving person about this
Not a
stuff
forgiving
at
person?
all. No, it'll take me 7 years and
Alright.
a lot of...
She has done everything that she needs to do. You
Yeah.
wrote your little letters. You made your prayers.
cute.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that you were a young girl. You were
There's
so
no age
excited
limit,
about
yeah.
marriage.
Sounds like it.
And you need to go to another church. If he's not going to go, you need to go. You're not going to get any healing by witnessing these two being happy every day. It's embarrassing to you, and it's not just a pain in your heart. It's embarrassing when they walk in and you know everybody else in the room knows that you were going to marry this guy.
This is giving small town.
It's given very small town. You're very right on
I
that.
would move states.
But what I would say more than anything is what you've got to do here is you actually, this might sound weird at first, but let me cook. You got to forgive yourself. You really went all in. You put all your chips on the table. You were going to do this whole marriage thing, and you were so excited, and you can't believe that you tricked yourself into trusting somebody who did you so wrong. And it hurts. And you got to get past the fact that you really did it. You were the bigger person. You really were going to do this all the way and go into marriage all the way, and he did you wrong. And I'm sorry that that happened to you. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to meet another guy one day, and you're going to have to put all those chips on the table again. And until you forgive yourself, the next guy that you meet will never get the best you that you have to offer. And that's not fair to him, because he's the guy who really deserves the best you. So leave the church, look in the mirror, apologize to yourself, maybe write a letter to yourself, say all the things you need to say. I'm so upset with myself. I'm mad that I let myself get so carried away with someone who did me so wrong. And at the end of the day, man, the only thing that's going to heal any wound that's like this is just time.
I feel for her.
So, yeah, that's my take on the matter.
This was only 4 days ago.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Well, hey, at least you get to watch Mike Tyson beat up Jake Paul. Does that make you feel any better?
She probably isn't.
Personally, Andrew says, I think you can't forgive the actions, but forgive as in move on from that person. You're right. Find happiness in yourself and those you love. If you constantly watch those who have wronged you, you will always be bitter. Wow, what a guy. Yeah, you're 100% right on that, my friend. Well said.
So the top comment is actually pretty intense.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, let's listen to it over Greek Orthodox music.
Okay. Whenever I want to be humbled with regard to my lack of forgiveness for someone else, I read the testimony of Corrie ten Boom, where she met the former Nazi prison guard at the camp where she was held and her sister died at a Christian meeting she was leading.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Makes your problem seem really small. I met the guy that killed my sister and another 5.5 million worth of my people.
Her experience, it's not funny.
No, that's not funny.
Her experience when she takes his hand and forgives him is beyond sublime. And it has an excerpt. Is that how you say that? An excerpt?
Yeah, that's as good as I'm going to say it.
From this book. It says, "And still I stood there, with the coldness clutching my heart. But forgiveness is not an emotion. I knew that too. Forgiveness is an act of the will, and the will can function regardless of the temperature of the heart. Jesus, help me," I prayed silently. "I can lift my hand. I can do that much. You supply the feeling." And so woodenly, mechanically, I thrust my hand into the one stretched out to me. And as I did, an incredible thing took place. The current started in my shoulder, raced down my arm, sprang into our joined hands, and then this healing warmth seemed to flood my whole being, bringing tears to my eyes. "I forgive you, brother," I cried, with all my heart.
Yikes.
For a long moment we grasped each other's hands, the former guard and the former prisoner. I had never known God's love so intensely as I did then.
Wow, no, that's intense.
So, I mean, you can forgive
Jeez.
your ex.
Yeah,
Get over it.
You can do that. You can do that.
Move on. Be happy.
To keep you up to date what's going on in the game, Theodore is in jail. He had a vision of Jesus at night, and the guard said that the seal was on the prison, the door was still locked, and yet a multitude of Christians are in the prison. They're all singing songs. So the angels came to hang out with Theodore, and they're comforting him and hanging out with him one more night before they off him. It's amazing how often this happened. So at this time, during the time of many martyrs, right? So we have Bloody Mary's way down the road, but during Emperor Nero, and then during this time period as well with what's his name, Diocletius, whatever. Was am I saying that right? Diocletius or whatever. He dispatched the man surrounded. I think I'm saying it wrong too.
It's okay.
Any Christian should attempt to leave. This happened a lot, and we see these records actually from like Roman record from guards and generals and things like that of like, yo, some weird things was happening when we was killing these Christians, bro. Lights were coming out of the sky. We were burning them, but they weren't burning for some reason. They would just die. Some really strange stuff.
Mr. Fuzzy Pickles wants to know how you're liking the game so far.
Oh, Mr. Fuzzy Pickles. My man. So I'm going to pretend I heard everything. He said, "I've been lurking. How are you liking the game?" So I am a big fan of Martyrs, okay? I love the stories. They're some of my favorite stories because I admire their strength. I admire that you are willing to die and sometimes even worse, get tortured for something that you believe in. To me, it's just amazing. I do not know about this martyr though, and so it's hard for me to connect. And because I'm on stream and I'm laughing about Reddit stuff, I almost feel a little gross that I haven't given this guy the respect that I feel like he deserves and to play the game. But the game is a little on the slow side. I really didn't give the map
Which
all
he
the
said that.
yeah, I didn't give all the map the attention that it deserved. But I am going to go to the next games. I'll probably play all of these because we're done with it now. It's a great story, and it's something
Yeah.
that I do want Christians to know more about. Personally, I want Christians to know more about the martyrs
We'll have
because we
to see
often
if we
overlook
can
them.
read this account later.
What account later?
Of this
Oh
guy.
yeah, I'll find this guy. He'll definitely be in Eusebius. Eusebius has got that whole book of martyrs. It's like a snail slow. Yeah, it is very, very slow. You're right. And the time of Henry VIII and right after was a wild time for the slaughter of Christians and Catholics. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, you're right. It's the game can be criticized. It's a story that I don't want to criticize because I see what he's doing here, and it is a really, really pretty story. And he did tell me, the creator of the game, he did say that this was we were working on some ideas here, but we got some new ones coming out, and there is one that was released on the Nintendo Switch not too long ago, and I did see some of that stuff, and that looked a little bit more interactive. My head.
So you said this is over?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, he's about to die right now.
Oh man. What are we gonna do till?
Oh, we can do whatever we want. We can buy the second game, or we can play Overcooked or Mario Kart or whatever you want to do, man.
You want them to see that loading screen for 10.5?
Yeah, constructive criticism isn't bad. It can help the developer. And this is a relatively old game.
Yeah, this
like
is
I said,
forever ago.
there are some new ones. Be thou well informed that whether thou shouldest burn me with fire. If I did have, like, if we really want to sit here and kind of poke at the game, it's this that's killing me, bro. These are some really, really long scenes. I would have taken 45 different scenes just to break them up in like 60 seconds apiece, than to have these long, drawn-out scenes like
It
this.
seems almost more educational.
Yeah, it's a visual novel, man.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
But the martyrs sometimes, I mean, they kind of deserve that in some ways, man. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I could just be a fanboy, but the martyrs do have a special place in my heart.
I asked you last time.
He was taken and suspended upside down. The executioners flayed his body with iron claws. Administer this until the prisoner should die, or state that he shall offer sacrifice.
There's that M rating.
Yeah.
Yikes.
The minister of tortures performed their office to the extreme, so that the saint's sides were laid open, exposing his ribs. At length the executioners became exhausted from their brutal scraping and carving. The holy Theodore made no outward response. He chanted secretly, I will bless the Lord at every time. His praise continually shall be in my mouth. Yeah, that's why I like to study the martyrs, bro. Because somewhere in my head, I'm like, maybe I could be that tough. I've never had my sides filleted open, but I'd hope that I could not deny Christ. The governor, when he perceived that nothing was being achieved and toward altering Theodore's resolve, directed his men to take down Theodore. Art thou not ashamed, O wretched one, to keep hoping in a man, Jesus the Nazarene, who suffered a bad death, who could not help himself? Let's see. He may die, but he'll live eternally in heaven. Hey, Luke preaching. I wish their art style was more unified.
Sure. Yeah.
That is a really good constructive criticism. You have a solid point. Yes.
Wasn't this? Is this one of the ones that was like a old computer game?
He said, "Oh, I can't with these executions." I know what you mean,
it's
man.
so much.
It's so dark, bro. It's so dark, and this is not one that I'm like. There's some really cool ones in history that are recorded in like the Book of the Martyrs, where when it happens, you're like, "No way, that happened. That's so crazy," and everybody saw it. Like, wow, like light descended from heaven and angels came down. Like, that's so cool. This one is just like, no, dude, they beat the real life crap out of this guy until he died.
Well, I asked you last time, but for anyone who wasn't watching, what Which martyr is your favorite?
Oh, wait, here we go. At the same hour, great commotion, too, placed among the multitude. The governor, fearing the people, let us leave off the talk. Just give me a certain and decisive response. You want to sacrifice, or do you want to die? He says, you got no fear of God. Who gave you this authority, but rather thou hast bid me? I wonder what book they're pulling this from, bro, because it's almost like verbatim, word for word, the way you would read it from a book.
I couldn't imagine dying so painfully either. It makes me want to keep like a cyanide pill at all times. Responding to the chat.
Who said that? He said he would keep a sign.
I would. No, that's me.
Oh.
I would. I could not imagine
Yeah,
either.
man. But like, if you get through it, that's a very special afterlife. You get the white robe, and you get to learn a special song that nobody else gets to know, and you get to be a part of the 144,000 in Revelation. So the martyrs get a very, very, very special afterlife. And like, you yourself get to be a part of the military, the 144,000 that fights off Satan's army in the end of time. And like, if you've ever wanted to like punch Satan in the face, like, being a martyr is the first step in that direction.
Do you remember your old friend?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
I'll punch a demon.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he was such a trip.
Makes
All right,
me
so
feel
they bound
small.
Theodore and brought him to the execution site. He was unfettered, which, if you're not familiar, that just means they just took his chains off. They loosened his belt, took off his clothes, removed his footwear. They were going to bolt him to the ground in case he ran away. And he says, don't even tie me to a stake. The soldiers obliged. They tied his hands in front of him, and they burnt him.
Yeah, I'm okay with a bland death. He said it sounds tempting, but I'd prefer to just die peacefully, thank
Who
you.
said that? Yeah.
I'm cool with whatever.
He's like, as much as I'd like to punch Satan in the face, you know what? I'll let the other guys do it for me.
It's fine. I'll take like a regular mid-tier spot in heaven.
That's hilarious. Just a normal mansion.
Just, yeah.
I don't need nothing big, Jesus. Just a little normal mansion. There's plenty of them here. I'm not a picky guy.
I'll take like a flat, just like a. I'll stay in one of the apartments up there.
That is hilarious, man.
A little one bedroom's fine.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't
We have the
answer
same
though.
tears. What was the question?
I asked you who your favorite martyr is.
Mine's Polycarp.
Polycarp.
Yeah. There's some really good ones though.
That are.
There's some really cool stories out there.
My favorite's Perpetua. I said that last time.
Mm-hmm.
He said I'll even take a cavern.
Just anything's in heaven.
I'll
Is
take a Harry Potter
Yeah.
under the stairs closet
Yeah, dude,
in
yeah,
heaven if I
right.
can make it.
You got a
there.
box? I'll take a box.
Yeah.
As long as I'm upstairs, bro. I'm straight with the box. I think who's it? I think it's David in the Book of Psalms. It was like, I will just be a attendant to the door if I can just be in the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll scrub heavenly toilets, dude. It beats. You know what I mean? Alright, I've just finished the whole burnt offering. Theodore straightway jumped off inside the fiery furnace. What do you guys wanna do next, man? You guys wanna play another game, or you wanna do some more Reddit? You just wanna hang out and talk for a little while? Forrest and
said
Tessa will be here soon.
Second fight over, one more than it's Mike.
One more? It's 9:58. They're running behind, like significantly behind schedule.
And it always
Yeah,
like
here we
this-
go. The fire in no wise touched or injured Theodore. And that's crazy. Again, a lot of this doesn't come from just Christian record. This came from Roman record. So it's no different than today. If we had like to put somebody to death in the American prison system, we would have to record it, right? Just like everybody's, get their mugshot gets recorded, it's on record forever. The Romans took record of these things, and it's their record that says like, hey, we burnt the guy. Nothing happened. He just ended up dying, but his flesh was fine. and many other stories of the such. The Martyrs are so cool.
Story's wonderful, but these cutscenes aren't doing the game any favors.
Dude, I know it. It's. I think we're there, guys. We made it. We made it.
Is it over?
I think we made it. Oh.
I thought it was nice because I didn't have to do anything. I can't feel this hand still.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this, guys. I'm very interested in this myself. I will check this out on my own personal time.
Yeah, we can read it.
Because I do want to stay in touch with Ignatius Studios. But, oh, there's stuff going on here?
Oh, yeah, people in chat.
Sorry. Let the professionals take care of it. Oh, my gosh. Let's talk. You just want to talk? Okay, we'll talk. First 2 fights have gone to decision. Sorry, the story's wonderful. Yeah, man, we can talk. Let me pull up the camera here. Let's just talk it out.
Yeah, because I don't know what we're supposed to play.
I don't know. Anything else going on in the Reddit? I know, right? Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, pull up the Reddit. See what you got. All right, y'all, forgive me. I've got this giant water bottle I gotta drink out of.
You could have been.
I know.
You
I apologize.
take from me.
Yours is empty. I'll
It's
fill
not
you up
quite
though.
empty. No, it's okay. Here's a quick question. I won't even read their whole
Yeah, that sounds good.
thing from Our Christianity. Why do Christians care if I believe or not? Basic question, and I'm looking for something more than because they love and care about me.
Okay.
I don't really fully buy that as motivation, particularly because none of them ever said that to me on the course of evangelism. And if they loved me, why would they threaten me angrily when I wasn't moved?
Threaten you angrily.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Why not just leave me be if I'm not interested?
Okay, he asked a question before that, though. He said, what's the reason? And I don't want to hear because I love you.
I'm looking for something more than because they love and care about me. I don't really fully buy that as a motivation.
And
so why do Christians care if non-believers believe or not?
No, I'm not trying to be a jerk when I say this. Okay. I'll ramble. You want to go first?
No,
I promised Connor our last. Go ahead.
Nobody wants to hear what I have to say about most of this stuff because
I guarantee you
I
they
am
do.
an Ahab.
Luke has got a pretty good sense of humor. I think you guys will gel. The thing is last time, me and Connor did this whole Reddit reaction thing. I went back and I watched the video and I was like, dude, I have to apologize to you because I overtalked you like a lot of times. I hate interrupting you. I hate being that guy. So I'm gonna try and back off a little bit. In that case, just let him burn eternity because no one loves him. Just being this guy. Yeah. See, you guys got a real similar sense of humor. The poster was being overly dramatic in that story. Oh yeah, you're talking about the family one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that dude was a bit much. I almost got frustrated. All right, do you want to give a little bit of your opinion and I'll go in?
Bottom line is, I don't care.
Okay.
I don't. I really don't. But, hear me out.
I hear you.
It's not that I don't care about that person and whether they come to Christ or not. I do. But for me, I really don't appreciate, I don't appreciate being preached at.
I don't either.
And I don't think anybody else does. So when somebody says, hey, that's not for me, that's when I switch to, instead of telling them, oh, Jesus loves you so much, it's like, let them just see how Jesus lives through me and what it does for me in my life. And if they put those pieces together, then they put that together. If that seed is there, then somebody else can water it.
That's it, bro. You're exactly right. All it takes, I am not one of those people, bro. I'm not a. If I have anyone who's next to me, a friend, a coworker, whatever, and I know for a fact that they're a non-believer, I don't do it. I'm not talking to you about that stuff, bro. when you ask me my opinion on something, I will usually use the terms, I have a Christian bias, is what I will say. And the response I've gotten from most non-believers in life is that they kind of respect that. They appreciate the fact that I'm willing to say, hey, this is my opinion, but it comes from having a Christian bias. So I lead with that. Second off, you're exactly right. Just live your life, bro. If you live your life in a really, really honorable, exemplary, I guess, example, emulation, if you will, of Christ, the best that you can, a lot of people notice that stuff. Yeah. They do. Now, that has its own issues in its own way, and I struggle with some things with that myself, as everyone else does too. But the real question is why do they care? And I've got a list of reasons as to why they would care. Some might care simply because they feel like they have to. They feel like it's their job, their duty, their obligation to preach to you, and they're scared that if they don't do it, they're going to be held accountable. Like when they go to judgment, God's going to be looking at like the VOD and be like, hey, you remember this time when you were talking to this non-believer and you didn't witness to them? That's one strike against you. Some people really believe that. I am going to remain opinionless on that because I don't know exactly how that works, but I don't know. I have an opinion, but it would take forever to rant on about. Why do I care? Because whenever you have something good in your life, you want to share it. It doesn't matter. Dude, have you ever tried these? They're delicious. They're so delicious. Good. I love them. And that's why I will preach to you that if you've never had one, you should try one.
It's not like your ordinary sparkling.
No, they're delicious. Water. And so my life has been trash, and it has sucked. And that's a whole personal testimony of mine that nobody here really wants to hear. But now it's better. And part of what made it better was me making a conscious effort every day to take the Bible and apply it to my life and to read it and to listen to it. And so that's my answer. If you're going to ask me, why do you care? Bronson, why do you care whether I'm saved or not? It's like, well, it helped me. It made my life so much better. And there's dozens, if not millions, of people out there that have the same thing. And that's all that is to it. But again, I started all this off with, I'm not going to sit here and preach at anybody. So I just try to live it in my way the best I can.
And OP did elaborate in a comment about the threatening. They mean like when Christians aren't successful in bringing them to God, they say like, okay, like you're going to go to hell.
Yeah, that doesn't help anything, bro. It doesn't help anything. And matter of fact, I didn't realize just how bad that actually is.
Because when you were a kid, you were kind of like that.
Oh, dude, I was the worst. Oh my gosh, I was the worst. Everybody was going to hell when I was a kid, bro. I was putting that on everybody. Thank God I was in my youth and I didn't know what I was talking about, and hopefully it was not going to be held against me at judgment. But like, no, dude, you got to stop telling people they're going to go to hell. Remember what Jesus says, is that the publicans and the sinners and the harlots will enter into the gates before you. And he's talking about the Pharisees, which are the modern church of the day. The people that would put all these laws and all these rules on people, but they themselves wouldn't lift a finger to do the same thing. And we see some of that in our modern church and modern Christianity today. Not all, not the majority, whatever, but there are people out there that want to get on non-believers about any type of subject, whether it's homosexuality or whether it's how you're living your life, if you told a white lie or whatever, and they're going to say you're going to go to hell, as if any sin is greater than any other sin, with the exception of blaspheming the Holy Spirit, right? I'm with you on that. But all the other sins is just sin is sin is sin. And so, you know, it's the same thing as the parable to the Pharisees, saying that you would put all these things on people, but you yourself won't lift a finger to do anything the same. So it's kind of sad, man. It's really sad. We do this go to hell thing too much. I heard a non-believer say one day, he's like, it's the fear tactics that get me, and it doesn't work on us. And he's talking about unbelievers. He said the fear tactics do not work on us. They're cringy. They make us mad. And it's like, oh, wow, you know, the fact that you can call it a fear tactic, you know, I'm trying to scare you into Jesus Christ. When he said that, I was like, wow, okay, no, these guys see right through what this tactic is. And if it's an ineffective tactic, then we as the church either need to reform it to make it better, or we need to just cast it out because it isn't working. And there is one thing, in my personal opinion, that will always work for a non-believer. Will always work for a non-believer, without a shadow of a doubt, is miracles. Okay? If you can raise the dead back to life, and you're like, hey, Jesus did that, like Jesus gave me that power, you just converted every non-believer in the neighborhood, bro. If there was a famine around and you reached in like an empty bucket and just started throwing out fried chicken to everybody in the neighborhood, you would start converting everybody. So that's, to me, that's what a Christian, in my personal opinion, needs to strive for if they're going to go out here and preach to non-believers, is miracles. That's my personal opinion on that. They need a real sign. We as Christians, we don't need a real sign. We believe in Jesus already. I don't need a sign. What more do I need? I've had the actual effectual salvation of repentance take place in my heart and soul, and I've lived it and felt it, and I know it to be true. The people who have not felt that, they don't need a sign, okay? The Bible says is that this greater hope is what gives us the salvation we're looking for, okay? It says that we're justified by this great hope, okay? And it follows up by saying, if you have seen something, how then do you yet hope for it? For how can a man hope for something that he has already seen? But you hope for the things that you haven't seen, and great patience waiting for it to arrive. Okay? That's all Paul that I'm paraphrasing there. Non-believers have nothing to hope for because they haven't seen or not seen. But these signs and these miracles are for non-believers. So, all right, let's go into the chat after I've rambled and ranted forever.
There's a lot going on.
All opinions are valid. Indeed, preaching forcefully is never the answer, and exactly that's good with setting the example. Yeah, setting an example is the great way to do it, and the thing is we all have to be comfortable as Christians that we're going to fail every single time we try. But that's okay. Me and my buddy Parth are like that. He's an atheist, but he's one of the nicest guys ever. A lot of them are great people, man. Really nice people. He would give a shirt off his back. We respect each other's opinions and express them without being preachy. Isn't that special? Oh my gosh, that is so special. I have a couple people in my life like that. When they know how I live, and I live a very different way of Christianity than what's common. And then a lot of other people out there, they're friends of mine, are not the same. They don't do anything with Christianity or believe it at all. Some of them are even on kind of leaning towards the opposite side of things. And we get along just fine. We don't have any problems. We can talk about religion all day long. Believe it or not, and I'm not trying to be shysty here, but believe it or not, more people that get mad at me about religion when I talk about it are Christians. Oddly enough. That's the thing. You can't go in this life guilting yourself. Yes, guilting yourself to preach to others only because you're scared. God is good and you should do it out of genuine care. Amen. I want to hear about your life story, but make sure to type it in a book so I can sell it. That's hilarious. Andrew, the comment you put with Luke, me, and you got asterisked out. I don't know what you wrote, but Twitch says you're cussing. I don't know what it is. Who knows? Me and Bronson used to scrap as kids against other kids. We sure did. After my sister's passing, I've witnessed things that just reinforce the idea of the afterlife for me. It's wonderful that you have an awesome buddy. Oh, man, we've been friends forever, man. Forever. Let's see, I'm 27. We were friends when we were 7, so we've been friends for 20 years. Wow. It's really, really cool. Yeah, really cool. Cute. Yeah, I'll never forget. He moved. It was in the month of December, and it was on a Wednesday. I'll never forget it. I didn't think he was moving on Wednesday. I thought he was moving on Friday. And my mom, I was talking about, well, this is Andrew's last week at school. Can I please spend the night with him before he leaves to go to South Carolina? And my mom was like, honey, he already moved. I was like, no, he didn't. And mom was like, yes. And I was like, who moves on a Wednesday? And I just laid in the back seat and just like bawled like a baby. I was so sad. I was like, why? And that's how I will always remember it was a Wednesday. Because I was like, who does that? Like, who just moves on a Wednesday? Yeah, dude, it wrecked me. Yeah, me too. But it turned out to be a great thing, man. A really great thing. As for my story, maybe one day, man. It's a long one. And, it is what it is. I wish I had friends like that. Well, you do now, bro. You're in the right circle, bro. You're hanging out. You got a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can stream for 20 years, but shoot, we can write letters or get in a Discord or something together. I think you're a pretty cool guy. Yeah. I like Fuzzy Pickles, too. I haven't seen him in here in a minute. I know
he's probably busy.
Oh, he's been lurking.
Being a grown adult.
That is so funny.
Doing grown adult things.
More than likely, yeah. That is so funny. Somebody did say something here. I was gonna say something. He's lurking. You're cool, man. I appreciate you. Say, yeah, you're a really funny guy, Luke. Yeah, he is too. What did somebody say in here that I was really interested in talking about, but I can't remember. Oh, I was gonna ask you, after your sister's passing, are you comfortable with saying some things that you may have witnessed that reinforced your idea of the afterlife? Is that something that yeah, I will get a Discord one day, bro. I promise. This baby's coming, and it's gonna be a lot of work. But it will happen. I promise you.
Very soon.
But yeah, I've never had anything ever happen to me where I was like, oh, that is most obviously evidence of an afterlife. I certainly have had things happen where I was like, that's evidence of a God right there, and one that's paying very close attention to my life. But never an afterlife. Spiritual experiences, of course. So I'd like to hear what's going on with that and what may have happened to you, if you're willing to share it all. Yeah, that's I love hearing testimonies from people, good and bad. I think. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should say that. I think all spiritual things are good spiritual things. Okay, and let me express my beliefs when I say that. If a demon comes in and starts haunting your house, it's not a good thing. All right, so that's not what I'm saying. But I think that it's probably much better to be targeted by the dark side than it is to be left alone by them. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If they're messing with you, that means that chances are you might be doing something right. Or on the opposite, you're doing something horribly wrong, and God's trying to, set you apart and say, hey, you need to straighten up a little bit because you're knocking on death's door, and you got to turn this thing around, turn it around. So, are you looking for more Reddits?
I mean, kind of.
I haven't heard from Forrest and Tessa at all. They should be on here any time now. Let's see. I know they got their kiddos. So Forrest and Tessa actually have 3 children. And so they've got their hands full, man. Full.
3 girls. It's a lot of girls.
I'll tell you what, because I am under the impression that you're probably writing what I've asked you to share with us. I will meet you halfway, and I will give you a portion of my story.
Do you think you really actually wants to hear it?
I'm stalling for time until he writes his, because I got no Reddits from you. I got no game on the screen.
Give you another one.
Give me a Reddit, yeah. Because the last thing I want to do is talk about myself, bro. It's.
I mean, I've already heard it.
I know.
Okay. Here's something you're unqualified to speak on.
As most things, let's get to it.
Am I the Ahab for making my daughters wear dresses when they visit their grandparents?
Oh God, dude, is this gonna get gross, man?
No.
Okay. All right, hit me with it.
My in-laws are what you would call traditional. They seem to think the world should have stopped 50 years ago, and think everything since then is evil. They aren't racist that I know of, or outwardly bigoted. They're just very old-fashioned. My husband and I have 3 children, 16 female, 14 female, and 10 male. And we go to visit all their grandparents since they live close. Here's the issue. They don't like the idea of women wearing pants.
Okay. Oh, wow.
My mother-in-law says it's showing off. And my father-in-law always says it isn't Christian. Now, I'm pretty feminine, so I don't mind throwing on a dress when we stop by, but our daughters are not. They don't like visiting my husband's parents, which breaks his heart, because when we make them put on a dress before they go. They're both pretty tomboyish. They never wear any dresses otherwise. I had to buy each of them a few dresses specifically so they could go. To be clear, it's not like they aren't allowed over if they wear pants. It's just that they won't shut up the entire time about how much they hate it. Our daughters hate this. They think it's unfair. I guess it is. But in a lot of cultures, women only wear skirts and dresses, so I don't think it's a big deal. Plus, it doesn't hurt them to wear a dress a few times a week for a few hours. The issue is our oldest is planning to never speak to her grandparents again after she's 18. And I'm worried it's affecting them.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's their decision. You've chosen to hold on to this arbitrary rule that is not going to be a salvational issue. So why are you so concerned about it that you care too much? And it didn't let you send? Oh, dude, I'm sorry that happened to you. Spent all that time. Hey, at least you didn't get timed out for 10 minutes by a mod. That's good. No, dude, you've chosen this. This is a stupid hill to die on. The pants and the dress thing is a stupid hill to... You know what you should do? You know, maybe it's getting too late and I'm getting too free willy with my speech here, but I think you should let both your daughters date black guys and bring them over and see how the grandparents react to that.
She says she doesn't think they're racist.
If the daughters can't wear pants, I'm smelling some potential racism here. Yeah.
She said that I know of.
That you know of. Well, let's put it to the test, because they're definitely against the genes. Look, dude, if your grandparents or your granddaughters decide to never talk to you again, that is a free... Enter. That is a choice that you've decided to make, okay? You have done nothing but complain every time they come over. I mean, when your daughters or your granddaughters come over, bro, you'd think you'd be happy and be thrilled to see them, you know what I mean? It's not like she's doing anything to hurt anybody. There's no malintention or ill will here. Why is it such a big deal to you, bro? You know, do you really want your granddaughter to turn 18 and never speak to you again? Is that how you want your life to go? Are you proud of that? At the end of the day, you're going to look at yourself and be like, at least I kept to my morals here, you know? Like, that's such a... to me, it's just a dumb hill to die
Literally
on.
every single comment is talking about their nanas or their grandmas or their GGs being born in, like, 1859, never wearing a dress not once and stuff.
Oh, we got a follow from somebody named Paddywhack. Hey, Luke, thanks for saying welcome. I really appreciate that. First time chat. Paddywhack, thanks.
Hello.
What's going on with you, man? Thanks for hanging out with us. We're being so lazy. I'm straight up reclining, chilling. We're just reacting to Reddits and Christian Reddits, just hanging out. Hope you're having a great night. Are you watching the fight tonight? Who is it? Yeah. Mike and... Jake, thank you. I was keep wanting to say Paul. Okay, that's a big chat. Let's see what that is. I'm not reading that on my computer. I'm doing that on my phone. All right, here we go.
Overall, though, it was Ahab.
All right. What? Who is the Ahab?
The poster, yeah. No, like that's...
She shouldn't make her kids have to wear the dresses, I don't think. I understand why you're doing that, because that's your parents, and I get it.
It's her in-laws.
But you're in... Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, I get why you're doing it, but, you know, you got to be strong, man. All right, moral Luke. It was in her funeral. He said everyone was the Ahab.
Yeah.
All right, it was in her funeral, the start of 2020. Just many odd signs, like my mom sat to the left, my sister's coffin was open with her in it, and the head slowly went to the left, and then my mom sat on the right, and my sister's head started going to the right. Oh God, I'm getting goosebumps. Then someone bought a flower crown for her, and it started... Stop it! Are you being serious? And it started blooming on the place. Oh, dude, I'm covered in goosebumps.
I am too.
Also, when the woman who was cleaning her body and getting her jewelry off came back, she had a scared look. She couldn't get the necklace off. It's almost like she witnessed something that didn't let her grab it. Dude, you see every hair on my body standing up, bro?
Yeah, me too.
Oh, gosh. All right, here we go. And it almost like she witnessed something that didn't let her grab it. Then when they closed her casket, we were standing for 5 minutes. Allegedly, we thought the coffin was ready to go, but no one confirmed it, and we were just standing to witness her without any specific reason. Many people saw the sign, so I wasn't alone in that. Bro, that is very, very interesting. Wow. Congratulations, Luke, for one of the few times in my life I don't have words. That is very interesting. Wow, I have to let that one sink in, my friend, because that's very cool. I've never experienced anything like that before. Unbelievable. The thing blooming is that's like Aaron's rod type of... That's crazy. Yeah, I said many people saw the signs. He wasn't alone in that.
Wow.
That's really interesting, man.
Also, sorry about your sister.
I was going to say that too. Yeah, very sorry about your loss.
I don't know how long ago this was, but...
2020 is what he said. It's relatively recent.
I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy, though.
That is so crazy. Wow. Yeah, I know. I got nothing to say to that, man. That's just an incredible story. I'll tell you what. I've never seen
We're happy
anything
to
like
see
that
that.
with death. Now, I've heard people tell stories where they've maybe seen certain images or silhouettes rather of their loved ones within like a week or two of them passing, smelling certain fragrance that is familiar to the person that passed, things of that nature. But yeah, that is just something else there, man. You take the cake on stories tonight, bro. That's the best. Let's see. Not to take away or anything from Luke, but my mom had something similar with my grandfather when he passed. You know, I think I may have heard you tell that story at some point in time about your grandfather. Oh, not to take away. The camera's starting to be janky. Hold on, I'm gonna mute this mic real quick. You know, I think I may have heard you tell that story at some point in time about your grandfather. Yeah. Okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. Not to take away. Oh, man, y'all are really my people. I haven't shared this story with many others because they don't take me seriously. If you're comfortable, you're welcome to share more Bigger Mac V2. Guys, you're our people too, and we appreciate every one of you for hanging out with us. Our CPU is starting to get overloaded. We're at 25% right now, and so the camera on Twitch for the stream is starting to fail. So what we're going to go ahead and do at this moment in time is we're going to stop the stream, but we're going to come right back with Forrest and Tessa because they're ready for us, okay? They're going to take over the stream, and we're going to be on there, the four of us, to have a really good time. We'll probably talk about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I'd love to hear Andrew's story. So I understand if you guys are busy. It's Friday night. You do not feel pressure to come back here. Yeah, live your life, man. Do your thing. We've had a really fun time hanging out with you guys. Yeah, no doubt. We've had a really fun time hanging out with you guys. What was it, Patty Whack, I think? Thanks again for the follow. We really appreciate you hanging out. He said, "Oh, I thought it was my Wi-Fi." No, it is our.
It's us.
Yeah, it's us. But we will be back in just a minute. Thanks for hanging out with us. And if you guys want to come back through and hang out with the real Solely Switch, 100% of us, not 50%, will be here. So
Forced and
thanks again for the follow. We really appreciate you hanging out. Okay.
But in like 5 minutes.
It'll be 75% of Solely Switch.
And then 100.
Then 100. All right, guys. We'll be back here in just a little bit. If we do not see you in the upcoming stream, you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us. And Connor and I will be back live just solo on the Monday stream.
Probably.
Unless the baby comes. Yeah. You guys pray for safety on that. And player 3 is about to enter the chat. All right, we'll be back here in just a little bit, guys. Thanks for hanging out.